Welcome back, everyone, to yet another video for Cryptopocalypse Now. This is your host, Crypto Ranger, and today we're going to be talking about a comparison of two of the world's greatest indicators. Now, some of you are coming over here from other places and you're looking at this browser window right now and you're tripping major. You're saying, what is going on here? Literally, what is going on here? You know Market Cipher from a major YouTube channel called CryptoFace, and to the left you don't know MarketSpy trading suite from the channel called Cryptopocalypse Now. Today we're going to do a comparison between the two, and hopefully by the end of this video you will understand that they're both good for trading. You can make a shit ton of money using both of them. CryptoFace does not lie when he says this indicator is all you need, but I don't lie either when I say this indicator surpasses Market Cipher. And I'm sorry to you Market Cipher fans. Let me put it this way. I am a paying customer of Market Cipher. I am also the developer of MarketSpy X and MarketSpy Armageddon. I have paid over $5,000 for 6 different indicators and combined all of them together to create MarketSpy Trading Suite, which I believe is the ultimate indicator that surpasses all other indicators, including Market Cipher. Why did I buy Market Cipher in the first place? I think Market Cipher is a leader in design. This is the Porsche, this is the Ferrari of all indicators, just based on its looks. I could not resist the way it looked, and this eye candy is what got me interested. Not the signals that it generated, but the eye candy. I'm not going to lie, I'm madly in love with the color scheme of Market Cipher, and so I took what was available here in terms of the RGB colors and I ported it over to MarketSpy X to mimic what I adore so much about this indicator here, and incorporated that into MarketSpy Trading Suite. Not everything. As you can see, there are distinguished differences between the two, and in this video I would like to talk about what they are. I think this will provide superior value to the users around the world. Those who are interested in Market Cipher will be better equipped to understand the differences and take advantage of the free market, and me providing options to the people around the world is something that I find valuable myself, and hopefully you guys will benefit from that as well. Right off the bat, I can tell you that these are non-competing indicators. Both of them are in their own league. They have their strength and maybe weaknesses as well. With MarketSpy X, I made sure there are no weaknesses and every discrepancy has been eliminated to provide you with the most perfect setups and signals that are fully automated, dynamic, and are constantly evolving through updates, as this indicator is still in its alpha stage but is growing exponentially and has features that surpass far and beyond those of Market Cipher. Again, I do understand that this may anger some of you. This may upset some people, as you have just paid 0.1 Bitcoin for Market Cipher, and so have I. And here you have MarketSpy, which is essentially the same thing and more for 0.01 BTC. Yes, everyone's gotta eat. It's a free market and you have to sell your services because a lot of work went into this. A lot of work went into making sure that what we're creating here is indeed the world's best indicator in existence, backed by our own technical analysis group, which is free to join on Cryptopocalypse Now Discord server. I think it's important to innovate, expand, and enhance available technologies and tools when it comes to trading, because trading is an equal opportunity ecosystem. And so by giving you guys an option to choose between various indicators and deciding to settle down eventually with one is a very beautiful thing. As a matter of fact, I'm hoping that this video will also prompt CryptoFace to discount his indicator and bring it down, all the way down as much as he can, if he truly wants to help people succeed. My intention and my goal is to share my knowledge and my tool with the world in a way which is affordable, effective, and 100% profitable. I am not a heavyweight player in terms of time and reputation. You guys do not know me. I'm fairly new to YouTube. I just started my channel. However, I think the only way from here is up, and I invite you to join my cause on the road to riches, trading Bitcoin derivatives and Bybit, BitMEX, or what have you. Let's get into the comparison video and provide you with actual value, so that I don't think I've seen any comparison videos done, because Market Cipher right now is positioning itself as the only one of its kind. And I'm here to challenge that with MarketSpy trading suite and tell you guys that Market Cipher is not the holy grail of trading. There can be, and there is, something a little better, and that's MarketSpy trading suite with its Armageddon augmented reality component here, and MarketSpy X, which looks almost identical to Market Cipher. And like I said, I love the colors in the initial stages. This was gold, black, gray, and blue, and I like that color palette. Those are my favorite colors. And then I decided to change it and add the RGB, which I saw Market Cipher use so successfully to distinguish itself from others. Now, I didn't want to just copy this thing, and you can't, because the code is not accessible, but it just happens. So I was using for my algorithm a pretty similar setup behind inside of the engine of the momentum algorithm. My heat map zone over here, the VWAP, which is actually not a VWAP over here, is the difference between the swing momentum here, the acceleration of the volatility and etc. It's a little different, okay, but it is very close to VWAP, so you might as well just call it VWAP, volume average, volume weighted average price. But there are key differences, and I will talk about those as well. Let's start off by looking at the hourly chart over here for both of these indicators and just visually identify some of the things that stick out immediately. Let's zoom them in side by side so that we can see. Okay, so the famous green dot signals, in our case we call them the life pulse signals, to indicate that there's juice that's coming into the market. There's a reversal happening. We're bottomed out. This is the momentum algorithm. It is very similar, not exact, but very similar to Market Cipher, except it has its own unique set of features that I will talk about in this video. So we see the green dot here. Similarly, MarketSpy X provides you with a green pulse, life pulse signal, which is also alertable. If you click on it, right click and say add indicator on MarketSpy X, add alert on MarketSpy X, you can choose life pulse dot as the signal to notify you when they appear. These are very effective on both of these indicators and are the money maker, the bread and butter of these indicators. I also have what's called a blood diamond, and when you see these blood diamonds, they are a sure way, especially in reversals and bear trends, to know that similarly as we came down from the bottom all the way from the signal to the blood diamond, when you see the blood diamonds, that means we're oversold. We're probably going to reverse and go back down until we see the next signal. This is an hourly chart. This is a long time in the making. So between the blood diamonds and the green life pulse signals, there's money to be made. It calls them at the peak, at the top, and in some cases before the actual selling begins, and they're usually pretty on point. What is the key difference between the light blue wave cutting into the darker blue wave and the same thing happening over here? There are no differences whatsoever. Take a look. Blood diamonds. Blood diamonds. These are horrible indications. A sell-off always happens. That's why they're called blood diamonds. The second part about MarketSpy X and Market Cipher B, as they call it, is the money flow. The money flow that Market Cipher incorporates is very interesting. However, I will show you just how. It starts from, let's see, money flow. Okay, so the general rule of thumb here is that, and CryptoFace is correct in analyzing this in the way that he does, when he says something like, when the money flow starts to curve down, this green and red part over here, when it starts to curve down, what you want to be looking at is the transition from crossing the zero line. This white dashed area over here is the zero line. When it crosses down, money starts leaving the market, literally. Like, It's bleeding out. That's how you should think about it. It's bleeding out. This is what I teach my people, and I tell them, think of it as a bleed out, a gradual bleed out. Money is leaving the market until it starts curving back up, and you see it reverse to the mean green, and then we are trending up again. So in this case, how early can a leading indicator tell you that a sell-off has started to happen? Well, in this case, you can see that it's right on the dot where the green turns into red on Market Cipher in this area. On MarketSpy X, it starts earlier when there was this little pump. It starts over here. It starts over here. Do you see that? So the green dot, momentum swing, except our signal came before the continuation of momentum at approximately, where was it? And that, my friends, is a big difference of 20 hours. Our indicator told us 20 hours ahead that the money flow is thinning and money is leaving the market and the dump is to continue. You would have been late with Market Cipher to realize this. You would have been late with Market Cipher. Let's take a look at the next thing. So we covered money flow. And now the green dots, they're all there. You want me to go to the daily? Remember, this call signal on the daily, you were to buy the bottom on this green dot. However, if you look at Market Cipher, you see these X's that the developer, CryptoFace, or whoever made it, claims that these are manipulations in the market. There's nothing manipulative about the sell-off whatsoever. And they say when you see the green dot and then the yellow X, you do not enter the trade. So you would not have longed over here. But if you had MarketSpy X, there's no manipulation. It's a normal sell-off which was signaled, and there you have the dot, you have the green dot, the same exact thing as in Market Cipher. You have the green dot, this is your long, we have a trend reversal confirmation over here, a push to the upside. We have far less signals but more precise signals. Market Cipher just, every time there's a change in price, it freaks out, and this is what I don't like about it. I have it, don't forget it, I have it, I used it, I tested it against a bot that we have in development, and MarketSpy Armageddon performed a lot better without using MarketSpy X together with Armageddon gives you 100% profitable trade setup. Market Cipher does not. It has a lot of false positives and false negatives, especially in Market Cipher A. You can see how this signal would have been so much profitable, and this would have scared you. If you listen to CryptoFace, he says yellow X, don't trade it. You see a green dot, yellow X, a red X. There are no red X's here. No red X's on our side. There's 1, 2, 3. Every time there's a little pressure, it freaks out. It's super sensitive, and we minimize the noise. MarketSpy does not have all these false positives. Okay, this is to show you how true it is on the daily. When money started shifting back into the market. Again, it happened at this point here. Should probably use a vertical line to demonstrate that. Here was the transition right here. Okay, this was the transitional when money flow started to go into the green on our indicator over here. When money flow started to go into the green on Market Cipher, right here, it was a bit late. It literally started from right after this right here. So I will change the color of this to show you how lagging these signals are in terms of the money flow and how reliable and quickly identifiable MarketSpy signals are. You get the point, okay? This video might be longer than expected, but let's move on. Go back to the one hour over here and observe some of the key differences again in our setup. I will zoom out like this just to make it equal in size. I think this is what we're looking at. Okay, on Market Cipher A, the cluster, these supposedly green diamonds are clusters that indicate bullish momentum, bullishness, okay? And they're literally a cluster fuck because you have red and green, red and green, red and green. It doesn't make any sense. What is happening over here on our indicator? Look at this purple, purple, purple. These are trend reversal signals. I have one which started right over here. It averaged out all of this noise into one reliable trend reversal signal. Look here. Here's a signal of a trend reversal. We don't have that signal. We have continuation of a dump. We have the red X over here, and so does Market Cipher. We have a red X over here, and so does Market Cipher. We have a red X over here, and so does Market Cipher. MarketSpy, these red X's, they're nothing special. This is a weakening in the market. It's actually when the momentum weakens, we print out this signal on MarketSpy. Okay, that is the secret sauce. The weakening of the momentum prints out the X's. Here's a yellow X, here's a yellow X, here's a yellow X. In case of Market Cipher, these yellow X's represent manipulations, or as I heard someone say while studying it and testing it, because I want to be profitable. I want to be profitable. I don't take nobody's word for it. I take it for a spin. I layer it on top of my bot and I see the results. And I will not publish those results because that would just not be fair to the developer of this indicator. You guys gotta do your own research. But all I'm going to say is that I'm much more satisfied with the results of MarketSpy. Now, let's go back to these yellow famous X's. Do you see any of them over here? On MarketSpy Armageddon? No, because this is not manipulation. There is no manipulation here. This is a sell-off, and we had yellow flags to tell you that we are at the absolute peak of all peaks. Here you have this bullish momentum. Nothing tells you on Market Cipher A that something major is going to happen there. It's just another red X. It's just another red diamond Whether they overlap each other or not, it doesn't matter. We have X. The yellow X in our case represents a continuation or a starting point of a strong wave, whether up or down. In this case, down, coupled with the yellow flag. If you shorted here, you would have been in profit 100%. Here, I'm not sure if you would have shorted, because then you had the signal over here at MarketSpy, Market Cipher B. We had a signal as well, but it doesn't mean anything because we were deep in the red. Here, it just started to go into the red. We were already in the red. We know not to trade here, and we're shorting from these yellow flags. We have a baseline that runs over here. And I'm really passionate about MarketSpy. This is why I'm describing it the way I'm describing it, because I think these yellow X's are, for me at least, they seem to be, I'm sorry to say, but they seem to be gimmicky. If they can improve it, sure. I challenge them to improve it and actually spit out precise data points. There's no manipulation here. It's a trend continuation. We're selling. We have confirmations of the red X's over here, over here. Our X's happen faster also. Let's zoom in. They're not in red, they're like orange. Let's zoom in. Here's our X. Here's their X. 3 bars behind. On the hourly, that's 3 hours. Here's another X. Our X is 1 bar ahead. Theirs 1 bar behind. We had on the second Heikin-Ashi candles. They don't have momentum slowdowns. If you had a bot, this would be integral. This is, you see these square dots over here? Not dots, but squares. Basically square shapes. This is a stop button, like on your old stereo. A stop button is the slowing down and the temporal relief of the sell pressure. Okay? Gives you a chance to take your money, get out, or stay in. Basically, it's a warning sign that there are attempts, observed attempts. We don't have a trend reversal sign over here. We have it way down there. Way down here. Okay? We don't have this noise, like these clusters, bullish. We clearly know that when we have this stop, this is the cluster. This is all of that is combined into this until further notice, which is this reddish pale X. Red X over here. Okay, so if you long from here until yellow X, you're in profit. Here, what are you gonna do? Manipulation. It tells you don't long when you should be longing. This is an hour, guys. You're missing on 20 hours worth of 3.44% profits. It's almost a $500 move from the bottom to the peak over here. And also the bottom and the peak is identified using our tabs, which show you the top and the bottom. And you can trade just off of these. We have support, resistance mapped out for you, all in one. It's dynamic, it changes, and it tells you when to take your money, when to long, when to expect to hit the ceiling, etc., etc. Right on point, right here. These resistance levels appear when you need them the most. We have these flags. We don't have them over here on Market Cipher. You see the key differences. This green dot is a signal to long. Do you see a green dot at the peak over here? No. You don't see any bullish clusters, none of that. You don't see, there's a trend reversal, there's a green dot, which is a long signal. We don't have that here because it's not there. There's nothing in the market that signals a long from here. Nothing. Remember, I paid $1,000 for this. Wow. and I paid even more for others. And this is where it's coming from, all of this stuff. Mad man hours went into the crafting this beast. It's deadly precise. Let's go to the latest on the hourly right now. And what do we have here? Bullish clusters, long signals over here. 1, 2. There's a red X filled with one of these diamonds. It's inside of a diamond. CryptoFace said this is a sure sell-off signal. We don't have that here. We have an X sell-off, then we have the green stop slowing down and it's telling you no, don't do it because we're gonna reverse. Then we have a trend reversal, which is not here. Their trend reversal is here. I don't even rely on these trend reversals. They're not effective at all, but they're there to give you total full analysis of the market. We have a yellow flag over here, 2 X's. This is not something that you can ignore. A yellow X, it's a continuation. We printed that over here, somewhere at the top of this, right over here. Where was it? Right over here, we printed that. Printed it like way early over here. Look at that. It's a continuation. Until further notice, this stop, a mean reverse indication, combined with MarketSpy X, the blue wave strategy as they call it. I have no choice but to call it the blue wave strategy too, because they set the standard with the looks of it. I mean, you can change the color. You can actually click settings, go to style, and change the color of any of these. We have the vein and we have heat map. Now, the vein is this white little nipple that is ahead of the market and tells you that if it's white, I talked about it in the videos. If you want to learn more, you can learn how to interpret that. If it's white, we don't touch it, or we're shorting. If it turns blue, we're longing. And when it turns blue, it will give birth to this blue wave strategy over here. You see this light blue area? I think CryptoFace or whoever runs the channel, they talked about that. How this light blue area cuts into the dark blue area. The same thing basically. Look how inconsistent their money flow is. Ours is showing us we're in the green. Theirs are, as they call it, it's flopping and groping. Their indicator itself is a flop and groper. Okay, so I'll leave this here for a few moments so you can look at the waves like this and compare them. Okay, enjoy. I'll give you a minute. Be right back. I gotta hit the secret meeting room. All right, we're back. So, what do you see? You see no difference between the blue waves. which means your longing and shorting strategy, except we have the blood diamonds, which tell you the top is in, sell. This is twice as profitable as Market Cipher, just because of these layers of extra coating that we have. The vein is, watch my video to understand what it does, trumps this blue wave strategy thing. The blood diamonds are a must. The lightning that runs across from the top over here and gives you pink warning signals, as well as potential bottom light blue signals over here. These are also in combination. It's a very powerful confirmation tool, the lightning. You're looking at both the long term perspective and the short term perspective with these extra layers of indications. With Market Cipher, you're looking at 4 hours, 1 hour, 2 hour, whatever it is that you're looking at, that's all you're looking at. Here, you're looking at much more. You're looking at all of them at once. You want to learn more? Check out my video. Next. What other differences are here? We have the ability to choose your favorite Bollinger Bands, Donchian envelope. So Donchian channel, for example, you can select it and it will print out your channels over here. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay. Market Cipher does not have that. Bollinger Bands, people love Bollinger Bands, but they don't have them. You have your automatic support and resistance zones, and also the automatic trend line, which tells you the overall direction of the market and where we're going on a particular time frame. Okay, these trend lines are automatically drawn from here, like it's essentially this from here to here, which would be correct. These ley lines or trend support lines are now being taken care of by MarketSpy for you and gives you a strong indication. But here is where the killer function is. We have the Confluence tab, which includes over 10 different indicators that light up green when they're in all bullish states. They're all in agreement, and when they go red, you're shorting it, because there's literally not a single one of them that's agreeing that the price is going up. This Confluence tab is a work of art. It does not pollute your screen with a whole bunch of noise. Okay, TD, you guys know that the TD indicator basically is one of the best. Tone Vase uses it all the time to know what is going to predict the probabilities of the future outcome. RSI, you don't have, like, look at this mess. What is this? Why do you need RSI? It doesn't even tell you anything. Maybe it does. I'm not sure what's going. I couldn't figure it out. But RSI above 59, it's in the green. You're safe. Rate of change, CCI, DMI, directional moving index, and MACD. Yeah, stochastic RSI. MA5, MA10, moving averages 50, 100, and 200 as support and resistances. They're not here, but it removes all that noise so you don't stress yourself over you don't flop and grope, as they say. You don't change your mind, your position. You don't go in and out, because this Confluence tab is here to tell you that, don't worry, I'm monitoring it. This is AI shit. It's monitoring it in the background, and it tells you when something changes, and these are all lagging indicators. except for rate of change, maybe DMI. These are all lagging. DMI, yeah, most of them are lagging indicators. So by the time they change, it's a longer term perspective. You're looking to, on higher time frames especially, this is true. Very, very powerful indication of the continuation of whatever the trend that we're in. MarketSpy Armageddon slaughters Market Cipher A. And Market Cipher A is fucking good. It's amazing all on its own. Like, if you're making hundreds of dollars with this, you're going to be making thousands of dollars with this. If you're making thousands of dollars with this, shit, you're going to be making $500,000 with this over a time period, a year or so, whatever the amount you're trading with. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm sizzling? Don't play around and tell me MarketSpy Armageddon is a ripoff. It's not. It's more than Market Cipher. I'm already hearing people telling me, CryptoFace copied your indicator. And I tell them, no, I copied his indicator. I took the paint. I took the skin, the bear skin, the wolf skin, the precious fur off of this indicator that I paid for, thank you very much, and I applied it to mine. But if there's a problem, I may change these colors. It's not a problem to me, but I like the way this looks. I want my car to look like this car, okay? I like the aqua blue look of it. But that's about it. That's about all that's taken from this indicator. The rest of this stuff is not even close. MarketSpy is faster. It sniffs out price trends and changes way ahead of the game. It doesn't give you any manipulation, doubtful things. This is just a continuation of the dump, a strong continuation of the dump. Flags are, we're at the peak of that particular time frame. You want proof? Let's go to 4 hours. Where are the flags? Where are the flags? I'm maxing. Where are the flags? Over here, you have these squares which are all over the place anyway. You wouldn't know and tell the difference between this or that or this or this here. We have one flag, get out, take your money and run. An X, a red X, one red X telling you that it's over, we're going to dump. And we have X, yellow X, which is not here. There's no manipulation, you're telling me here? There's no manipulation. We have a yellow X, but it's not manipulation, it's continuation. We have a temporal relief over here from this green stop, but the yellow X is strong, so it pushed down further. Then we saw this telling us that, okay, yellow X has been defeated. I stand above the yellow X. We're going to swing up. We have these signals. The nutsack, the snake eyes, whatever you call it, double signal. We have the same strategy from low to high, from low to high. And ours is more visible. Here, I'll show you. I'll get rid of the I'll get rid of heat and I'll get rid of the vein. You see how like it's identical over here, the VWAP, whatever. Of course, money flow, ours is like way ahead of theirs. We got the signal that money is leaving, and we saved ourselves the headache of not trading this zone over here because it was not a good idea. But this is the bare naked indicator, the exact same indicator that you see over here to the right, and your strategy is to do this. When you see a bigger dump and then a smaller dump, and there's a relationship between the two, the connection, you long. But here's the vein. The vein actually shows you these more prominently. Look how visible they are over here. You don't see it here. You don't know. This is a for sure indication. Look, it's right here. Here it's like, I'm not sure about this. This is way too small. This little dick hanging out here. So MarketSpy X again has certain features to its advantage. We have the blood diamonds. We have the flag, the X, no noise whatsoever. And we also have the Kijun-sen line. This is the baseline, which on its own is a very, very dangerous tool. When the prices are above the baseline, we long. When the price falls below the baseline and it changed the color to yellow, we short. Blood diamonds give us strong hands. Confirmation on the red X, the yellow X, and the flag. We're shorting here and making millions. Until further notice. Over here, we take profit, we take money. How do you know when to take profit over here? You're shorting. It's been said that Market Cipher cannot tell you how far the dump will go. Well, MarketSpy Armageddon does tell you how far it will go. You take your money here, here, and here. When you see this, you know you reached the bottom. And you took your money along the way. You fixed your profits. I cannot program this to work with the bot because the bot will probably hold a position and eventually take less profit than our laddered setup over here. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what separates MarketSpy Armageddon and MarketSpy X from Market Cipher A and B. We also have what's called a dynamic support and resistance system, which is years ahead of what Market Cipher offers. Let's add the indicator called Market Cipher SR, and it gives you these lines. Look, we have these lines all over the place over here. As a matter of fact, they're customizable. And if you go to inputs, you can choose the higher time frame to, I don't know, like 1 week, to give you more reliable signals. And there you have it. You have this line right here, resistance 1, it's labeled for you. This little line over here, this is more reliable, resistance 1, right over here. It's a little lower. I don't know what this is. I would not have used that. Here we have the thick yellow line, we have the thick blue line. This is the profit line. And as you can see, we have successfully mapped out our resistance, and the trend line is here, which here doesn't tell you the trend line. We have the tabs that show you the lows and the highs of the prices. We have the flags that tell you take your money and short on higher time frames. We have actual places that tells you how far down the price will go. We have a confluence tab indication. Yeah, it's beautiful. We don't have, and let's take a look. Let's turn off the Armageddon's built-in pine lines. Let's get rid of them. Support and resistances. Let's add MarketSpy SR. You guys are not ready for this. Bazam! Do you see this? These are automatic support and resistance zones that are precise, that are deadly precise. Look at it. These are all the levels of resistance that will be tested, and these are the levels of support in the near future. And look, we're going to, I'll tell you right now, the price of this will go to 10,800 and then 11,100, 11,500, and these are all mapped out for you. If we fall down here, these are the support levels: 9,200, 9,030, 8,800, 7,000. There's nothing that stands in between this here, the fall. If we were to close the CME gap, there's nothing here. Look at these support and resistance levels. Look at these support and resistance levels. I rest my case. I turn them on. I use my horizontal line to map out my zones like this. And then I turn it off and I have them over here. Precise. You see how those professional guys draw those support and resistance zones? Well, you don't have to anymore because MarketSpy SR does that for you automatically. You're not gonna find it here. Okay, you're just not. The default, what Market Cipher SR is built into, right over here. Here they are. They're always there no matter what. And you're getting 4 indicators. If you consider Market Cipher SR an indicator, then I'm sorry to disappoint you, but this indicator, MarketSpy Armageddon, already has that built in, and the actual support and resistance lines, actual zones that actually work, are a completely separate indicator that are 100% on point. What else can I tell you? Everything else is the same. This stuff, the RSI thing, we don't have it. We have it in the Confluence tab. We have the Lightning instead, which is far more reliable of telling you what is going to happen to the price in the near term, in the long term. We don't have a lot of the noise over here. Look at this cluster, red. We don't have none of that. We have a few signals, reliable signals, and that's all you're gonna get. We have a strategy built into this. This doesn't. The bot that we ran this against came out a lot more profitable with MarketSpy Armageddon. This is designed to trade against the machines, the algorithms, and quick, very fast machines. Your manual trades are accelerated with MarketSpy Armageddon and MarketSpy X, and there's nothing that comes close to it. Do I recommend using both of them? No. You have to choose one, because MarketSpy Trading Suite does everything Market Cipher does and then some, and it's cheaper tenfold for the first 100 people who sign up on our Discord. Do I recommend Market Cipher A and B? Market Cipher, yes, if you're going to be joining CryptoFace Discord and using his links and his signals, because he's an amazing trader. I've seen people praise him. Actually, a friend of mine is in his group and he always tells me, check it out. But I am pretty profitable myself. I don't really need to follow other people, but I am inviting you to come along and trade with me and see which one you like better, However, MarketSpy Armageddon and MarketSpy X can be yours today for a limited time, only for 0.01. This may change in the future, but for now you have an advantage, and most importantly, you have options. You can choose Market Cipher or you can choose MarketSpy. It's entirely up to you. You're getting a lot more with the indicator when you choose MarketSpy, and you're getting a lot less with Market Cipher, but a lot more at the same time because you're joining Crypto Faces group, which I think is free, or maybe you should pay for. I'm not sure if it's paid or free. Our group is free. The indicator is 0.01 for limited time only. This indicator I had to pay 0.1 BTC. It's insane, but I had to figure out the colors. I had to get it, I had to look at it, and I had to copy these colors. I'm in love with the way they designed it, and I think, yeah, man, it's made in Italy or something. I think it's Italian, and those guys know how to design shit. Let me tell you that. Oof. So, with that said, I wish you all the best. Be careful when you're trading leverage setups. Don't go crazy, blah blah blah. I'm not your financial advisor, but hopefully I'll see you in our Discord. And if you're interested in getting to know more about MarketSpy Armageddon and MarketSpy X, I have a few videos that explain each and every single function of these beast of indicators. And yes, it's not that I have a bias. I actually think another indicator that I paid for, developed by an internal firm here, by my friend from South Korea, is actually better than even both of them combined. But I mean, they have a trading desk and everything, but I took some of the elements and he helped me code this together, and so there are key differences here. I just think that MarketSpy was designed for professionals, and this is more of a, I don't know, like a short-term relief indicator. So I don't know how to describe it. I just feel like I'm still using both. One second, guys. Sorry about that, I'm back. Yeah, so the choice is yours, and the choice is easy, and the choice is good because you have choices. That's what it comes down to. You have choices, you can choose the one that suits your needs, but if you're tight on the budget, I recommend you go with MarketSpy Trading Suite. I'll set you up and you'll get far ahead and make your money back. You can see the profit wall. I share my public trading account that I run on both BitMEX and Bybit, and I put the results of these trades that I take in there, and I have yet to see a losing trade based off of this indicator. Last night I got stopped out when I didn't use MarketSpy. Swear to God, it was like one of those, I saw some news or something, I was sitting there drinking coffee, I did not have this on. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it the old way. I did it, and I'm like, yeah, and I stopped out. I got stopped out. So never again. MarketSpy should always be on, augmenting these candles, and MarketSpy X should always be there to advise you and give you wisdom in terms of what you should be doing with the trades. The rest of it, guys, is all the details about this indicator you can check out in separate videos, the how-to videos. And let me know if you have questions. Like I said, buy Market Cipher if you want to have, I think it includes access to CryptoFace Signal Group, buy MarketSpy Armageddon and MarketSpy X if you just want to surpass everyone who's using Market Cipher today in terms of your own trades without relying on any groups. And you will join our group automatically as well. It's a fun place, a very adult, mature place with no BS happening. We're just a bunch of folks with families, kids, using trading as a means to earn a living. So welcome, thank you, and congratulations on your purchase, whether it's Market Cipher or MarketSpy, whatever. They're both great. Enjoy trading. See you guys next time.
Black, white.